In the 4+ years since the release of his Divided by album, pronounced Divide, Ed Sheeran married longtime sweetheart Cherry Seaborn, welcomed their first child, daughter Lyra, and turned 30. What is abundantly apparent from the opening moments of his latest studio release, pronounced Equals, as Sheeran continues his theme of math symbols as album titles, is the emotional tsunami Sheeran has weathered and has ready to share. Sheeran's heart is so exposed on his new album, out Friday, that you can practically see it beating while listening to these 14 songs. Whether professing his adoration and need for Seaborn, Collide, apologizing for his occasional neglect, love in slow motion, or mourning the loss of a beloved mentor, visiting hours, Sheeran hits deep with lyrics that are sometimes poetic, but primarily unfold as straightforward storytelling. COVID woes, Ed Sheeran tests positive before Saturday Night Live appearance mostly recorded in London. The album shimmers with pristine production handled by Sheeran, Fred Again, a Brian Eno protege, and Snow Patrol's Johnny McDade. The trio also wisely realized that track listing still matters, as Sheeran's songs are cataloged to usher listeners through his journey of questioning and self-doubt, appreciation and loss before ending with a suggestion to, as Oasis would say, be here now. The two singles that preceded the album were ideal harbingers of Sheeran's musical direction: Shivers, its declaration of love swaddled in handclaps and plucked violins, and Bad Habits, its 80s era Bronski beat pulse taking us along for the ride of Sheeran's relatable regrets, still land despite their current ubiquity. While a couple of songs could have been trimmed from the final rundown, Stop the Rain is a pedestrian dance, pop tune, and Leave Your Life a Bit Mundane Equals should be regarded as Sheeran's watershed moment. The opening track showcases Sheeran's continued admiration of Bruce Springsteen, as he pairs slashing guitar with a full unloading of autobiographical detail. Everything has changed, but I'm still the same somehow, he sings before articulating his crisis of confidence. The changes that consumed his life since his meteoric rise to stadium conqueror and awards gobbler, a metaphor for changing tides, chip at his psyche as he fantasizes about disappearing while weighing the new responsibilities of parenthood. Consider this Sheeran's latest contribution to the wedding industry. See, Perfect, Thinking Out Loud. Over a sparse acoustic guitar later bracketed by strings, he shares that playing for 80,000 people at Wembley Stadium. This is the dream, couldn't compare to the after party of just him and his love and a couple of beers. I'll remember the first kiss, still feel the first fight, I can't wait to make a million more first times, he sings, while also realizing in a cracked whisper, how the simplest things can make a man. A standout track on the album and one of Sheeran's most fully realized artistic creations. His flair for turning simplicity into beauty is exposed on the sumptuous piano ballad, where he sings in a heart-melting tone, I know you could fall for 1,000 kings, when I fold, you see the best in me, I was upside down, from the outside in, you came to the table and you went all in. The strings that shade the song inject it with a cinematic flourish. You can already picture the video with a couple in a tux and gown swooping around a ballroom. Gushy. Yes. But nonetheless sweet, as Sheeran recalls, we shared a toothbrush and shared a home and we drank your father's whiskey when your grandma died. The world hurts less when I'm by your side. Despite its tender lyrical leanings, the song follows a gallop similar to his 2017 opus, Castle on the Hill, which brands it as a love song for the dance floor. When Sheeran's mentor, Mushroom Records owner Michael Udinsky, died this year at the age of 68, the singer traveled to his friend's homeland of Australia and endured stringent quarantine rules to perform on a televised tribute to the music impresario. He wrote this striking guitar ballad for the occasion, and only those with a tin man's heart would fail to be moved by this homage. Imparting a lovely vocal and gentle guitar, Sheeran shares his wish that heaven had visiting hours so I could just swing by and ask your advice before determining at the end. This is not goodbye, it's just till we meet again. Sheeran closes the album with his club thumper stocked with minor key piano and keyboards that pulsate like oral strobe lights. There's nothing but the space we're in, he sings, deliberating, rapping with an uplifting swoop and the message to live in the moment.